morning. So today is Thursday and I'm getting a car being sent to the house this morning courtesy of Hulu because I'm going to an event to do with Scott Disick's new show. I don't know much of what it's about actually, but I think it's home related because in the email they said because Sophie's doing up her flat in Surrey, we thought it would be a good event. So I'm guessing there's a connection to homes, but I've always found him quite hilarious on Keeping Up with the Kardashians, so should be a fun morning. Anyway, we get to watch one of the first episodes, I think, a little premiere of it, so that'll be nice, and we get breakfast as well. And then I'm off to a meeting with the guys that I did the download work with, just to kind of have a bit of a debrief and give feedback on how I found it, and they're giving me feedback on how they found it. Ooh, hopefully not horrendous. And then I'll come home, and by then hopefully the paint should be here so I can get going on these wardrobes here and get them looking white and bright and lovely. So I'm just sitting in Soho Square because I got here about an hour and a half early. Of course I'm always early. And I know if I spend too much time on Tottenham Court Road, my spending... I've been really good, I've been really thrifty this year, but I know my willpower's not strong today and I will likely spend some money. I've already bought a couple pair of shorts for holiday in Zara just as I was passing, so that's not a good start. So I'm just kind of preventing what would be the inevitable thing. So yeah, I'm about to go. I've got about half hour left till I go to Soho Hotel where the Scott Disick Hey You event is taking place. And then, as I said, after that I've got to head over to closer to Oxford Circus station to go to the Live Nation offices for a meeting there. And then they've sorted my transport home, which is really nice. And then as soon as I get home, I'm going to start painting the wardrobes, I think. I've been terrible at vlogging because I've just had so much to crack on with that I genuinely haven't had time. So yesterday, I think I vlogged some stuff at the Flip It Like Disick screening, which was at the Soho Hotel. It's Scott Disick from Keeping Up with the Kardashians, new reality show on Hey You. And basically it's just showing his career, which is a property developer. So I think if you're like me, you might have just thought he was someone that did like club appearances and stuff, but he's actually a very successful property developer. So you see him kind of choose the properties that he wants to try and improve and make a profit on. You see like the rest of his team, and there's some right characters in there. You see like the staging process, which is like, I guess you call it like an interior stylist here that decorates the place for the viewing, so that when the potential buyers come, they can look at it and try and imagine the space more like a home rather than an empty shell. But it's a really fun show. Like it's pretty much my ideal type of show because I do love trashy reality telly. I just find it really easy to switch off to and just yeah, you just don't have to concentrate. It's really good to have on in the background. And but also, like, obviously I'm obsessed with anything home and DIY now, so it's got that element as well. So like it was tick even before I'd seen it, but it's also actually quite funny. So I would recommend it, and I'm glad I can say that because you never know when you get invited to screenings whether you're going to have to come back and just not talk about it because you don't want to lie. But yeah, it was actually right up my alley anyway. So I had a meeting straight after that, which went really well actually. Then came home, and then I had, I think, like 20 minutes to spare. It was like 3:30 by this point, and I hadn't had lunch yet. 3:30, and then the carpenter arrived because he needed to drill a hole in the wardrobes for TV cables and stuff like that, and to fix one of the drawers which was a bit faulty. So what have I done since then? Oh yeah, so today has been spent doing the wardrobes. So that's involved all the edges that have been cut oh, I can't be bothered to get up and show you, sorry, have been cut. You have to put wood filler over it, because obviously it's, I guess, kind of like open wood, like it's very porous, so when you paint it, the paint will kind of just go inside rather than on the surface. So you have to do all that first, leave that to dry, then sand it down so it's smooth, then do a sugar wash and make sure the surface is all clean and that there's no dust on it. Then I could paint. And I'm 3 coats in and I've run out of paint and I've got so much more to do. Oh, it's not a fun job whatsoever. It's probably in my top 2 least favourite jobs I've done so far during all this house stuff. I'll show you where we're up to now. As you can see, it needs another coat or 2 everywhere. I haven't even done that shelf or all the insides, haven't done the back of that door, because the carpenter said you have to do the back of the door, because if it's got paint on one side and not the other, obviously having some sort of liquid on it does warp it slightly. So at least if you've done it on both sides, it's kind of an even warp that kind of cancels each other out. Whereas if you just have it on one side, over time you might see like the shape of the door changing and stuff like that. So it's a good idea to do both sides. But yeah, I was hoping, because this is French paint again, which I've used on the UVPC door and the shed, and with those ones the coverage was amazing, but this is a different, this is the lazy range, which I've not used yet, and this one does require a bit more work actually. This involves more layers. My carpenter has told me I'd need to do about 3 anyway, so I think this is the norm. I just wondered whether this paint would be similar to their other range, which is just like ridiculously easy and fast to do. But yeah, that's where we're up to so far. But I've run out of paint, so I need to go on a hunt for new paint tomorrow to finish it off. And then we need to get a TV to go in there and some sort of storage basket or something to put up there. You, but I worked into, I gave up, but I worked into tonight just to finish the little bits that needed finishing. And on the whole, I can't even talk, I'm so tired. On the whole, we've done the wardrobes. I still need to seal around the edges where it meets the wall. There's some filling in jobs that I could do to make it look a bit better, but it's usable, it looks pretty good. I haven't styled the shelves or anything, but I'll show you what it's looking like. We have it. It's a bit of a pity actually that a TV's going to go there, because that looks really nice there. So this morning I've just been filling in there and there, because there was a gap where the wardrobe met the coving, so I've just filled that in today with some wood filler. But annoyingly, I don't know what colour they painted the coving in, the previous owner, so I haven't found a white that matches the white they've used yet. I've tried 3 different ones, so goodness knows what brand or colour they use. Look, you can see up there's like lots of different patches. I just love it to all be one colour, but anyway. So yeah, there's some things like here, need to touch up in the corner there. So I want to get a tester pot of Gregory's Den from Earthborn just to touch up those areas. But it's looking like a peaceful bedroom now, isn't it? It's starting to get there. Just need to sort out this little area now. We're deciding what to do about these, because they're big and bulky and not particularly attractive, and I have that bamboo unit that I got on Facebook Marketplace, which would look dreamy here, but it's not really meant for storing clothes, so I want to see if there's a way to use it like a chest of drawers would be used, or whether it's just not really functional for what I need, and just to keep an eye out for a nicer set of chest of drawers to have there that's a little bit less cumbersome.